What is good, y'all, man? Sean the Smooth Game. We are back in the middle with yet another reaction. This is another true disturbing pizza delivery horror story. Now, I don't mean to always make my horror stories pizza delivery, but it's what always keeps popping up on my screen. So, I'm going to keep checking them out and seeing if I would actually do these. Considering now that I do DoorDash a little bit here now and then, I'll be able to see if I've actually encountered some of these situations. And now I will know what not to go through with if I do encounter these situations. All right, so before we even get into it though, make sure you guys like and comment down below as well. Make sure you guys head over to Smooth Guy Game. Check out the gaming channel, man. We are lit over there. Let me know if you want me to play through some horror games over there, and we'll definitely get us popping and lined up so that way you guys can, have some enjoyable content, and I can know what you guys want to see more of for the future of that channel. On the road to 5K by the end of the summer, trying to grow that one to 100 subs. So please help your boy out and let's get active.
Back when I first moved away for college, my mom and dad bought me this beat-up old Toyota Matrix so I could drive home whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
I grew to hate the old piece of trash after a while, but it got me from point A to B, and it helped me get a job as a delivery driver for a pizza place, so I'll always appreciate the gesture. But then one night, when I was making a delivery, something happened that meant that from that night on, I never got into the driver's seat of it ever again.
Dang.
So,
I wonder if did you total it? I mean, he about to tell us, but never in the driver's seat again? At least it's of that car. I thought he was about to say, like, never drove again. Like, I'm never driving a car again. The story is that bad, bro. Like, go to therapy for that one.
I said, I'm making deliveries one night, and I'd just gotten back into my car after dropping off a bunch of pizzas at an apartment building when I suddenly realized I hadn't locked the passenger side door. And the only reason I realized I hadn't locked the door was because this guy opens up the door and climbs into my car. Then right as I'm about to tell the guy to get out, I see he has a gun. I'm too scared to even say anything, and he just points it right in my face and says all out of breath, "Drive." As I'm pulling into the street, literally trembling in my seat, I see these two cops sprinting out of an alley in my rear view. And that's when it hits me that they were probably chasing him, and they probably had enough time to call in my license plate. Turns out I was dead right about that, because the next thing I know, I see flashing lights in the rear view.
Hey, at least at the very least, you ain't going to jail, though. He has a gun pointed at you on gunpoint. That's not really aiding and abetting, because I'm not going to take my life over aiding and abetting. Sure, sir, where do you need to go? We'll help you escape, but you better not leave me alive, because if you do, sure.
I didn't even have to look over at the guy.
Yep,
I just see him raise the gun up, pointing it at me, and he says, "If you stop this car, I'll blow your head off." So I drove and kept driving until we were out in the suburbs. The whole time the cops are tailing, and they're not shouting like "pull over" or whatever through their bullhorns or whatever you call it. And I figured it's because they know that the guy basically carjacked me and that there's a hostage situation going on. And the whole time the guy's like, "Drive faster." And all I can say is, "I can't. This thing's a piece of trash. If I put my foot down, the engine might freaking give out." So he's content to just delay the inevitable for as long as he could. I don't know exactly how long we were driving because the little digital clock was busted. But after a while, we started to see fields and stuff. Then my gas light starts blinking. And I tell the guy that if we don't at least try and stop for gas, that we were eventually just going to come to a rolling stop. He tells me to stop at the next gas station we see, so that's exactly what I do. But not before the guy uses his phone to call 911, telling the operator exactly what's going on, and to tell cops that if they come near the car while we're topping up our gas, he's going to kill the hostage, i.e. me. We eventually pull into this gas station in the middle of nowhere, and I'm absolutely...
I can't, I'm like lost for words right now. I mean, you could maybe while or you got both hands away, you even slightly move, he's probably shooting. Now, realistically, you probably be like, all right, look, you shoot me, I die, I'm on the wheel, you crash, you die. Or you hop out, police get you, you're in jail. Or they see you have a gun, they shoot you too, you're dead. So you shooting me is not going to do a thing. Now, we can be reasonable about this, and we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. Choice is yours. Hey, look, hey, we ain't coming here looking for booty, though. I'm just playing.
Absolutely terrified. But I ask him if he wants me to get out to top off the tank.
Pause.
He looks around and sees it's one of those pumps that stays locked unless you pay first, so he says no. But he has to think of something out before he lets me get out of the car. The cops are keeping a safe distance while this is going on, as they obviously thought the guy was straight up ready to kill me. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't think that too. The whole time they're shouting over their mics like, "Let the hostage go, we can work something out, and no one has to die over this, Malcolm. Just surrender, and we'll get you help."
Come on, Malcolm.
He's stalling the whole time, pointing the gun to my head every so often to warn the cops off, and I swear that every time he did it, I thought he was going to pull the trigger and just end it. But looking back, if he did that, the cops would have just swarmed the car and shot him, or
there you go, yo.
at least I think they would have anyway.
They would have at least took him into jail.
Then there came a point where I could see that he was trying to work out how to get out of the mess he'd gotten himself into. He knew he couldn't get out of the car to get the clerk to unlock the pumps, as they'd ran for cover as soon as they saw that it was a dangerous situation, and there was no way for him to get their attention. Then he seemed convinced that if I got out of the car, I'd run off to the cops, like, right away, which, to be fair, was my number one escape plan at the time. He asked me how far we'd go if we just took off with the gas I had in the tank, and I told him about a mile or two, not far at all. And he lets out this real deep sigh.
Good
like
lie,
a
though.
balloon deflating or something.
Hey, good lie, though. No cap, bro. You know that probably would have been like 30 in between our miles. But, bro, we going like 10 more feet, bro, at best right now. The light been on for forever. That's a good job to not make yourself drive even farther and then you really stuck. That ain't it.
Which I suppose was exactly what was happening. He was all out of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
He knew this was the end of it.
Yes, sir.
And right then, I realized that was the point, that he was at his most dangerous. I was pretty much convinced that I was going to die by that point, having gotten it into my head that the guy was going to just go out in a blaze of glory by shooting me and then unloading the rest of his ammo onto the cops. Then when I heard him say himself, "Screw it," and he did something to the gun, like cock it or take the safety off, I thought to myself, this is it. This is how my life ends, in a trashy car with some loser maniac. I shut my eyes, felt my hands gripping the steering wheel so hard I could feel it shaking.
Dang.
And then bang. Only a second later, instead of feeling, well, nothing, I found I could open my eyes. But the first thing I saw when I opened them was a few specks of blood on the dash near the passenger's side.
He killed himself.
Then when I turned, I instantly started dry heaving, because the guy had obviously put the gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger, because there was a ton of blood and chunks of brain matter all over the ceiling of my car. I opened up the door and was puking with my hands raised above my head while I heard the cops shouting, "Get down on the ground." I had to lie in my own puke, man. Just lie there while they ran over with their guns on me just in case I was somehow in on it. It sounds crazy, but I really didn't mind, knowing it was all over, that I was safe.
Nah,
well,
bro. I would have moved over
anyway. It was all gravy by that point. Like, I don't even think I can really describe that kind of relief in actual words. I literally felt high off of it. You see and hear about people crying in the aftermath of stuff like that, and I guess that's just how they deal with the emotion. But to me, it kind of felt like I'd won something. Like I beat the carjacker by surviving or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, I better sign off before this starts sounding too abstract, but I can definitely say I wouldn't wish that kind of experience on anyone.
Bro.
Ever.
That's why every time I go do that, bro, my doors, I get out the car, my door locked on me. Either locked or I'm like watching it like a hawk to make sure ain't nobody gonna get to it, because that's right there is not it. I don't know what I would have done if I saw him kill himself though. Like I honestly don't think I would have react like driving and all that stuff, like puking. I would probably do like, Dang, bro. Shouldn't have took my car. Open door. Hey, y'all, we're safe. He's black. No, I'm just playing. Hey, hey, nah, but for real, bro, I probably would have acted way more calm. Just, lay down on the ground, let them do their checks, whatever. You weren't involved. Answer the questions like, hey, look, I was just doing pizza delivery. You can check, call my job. I was dropping off some pizzas. So I think he was completely in the right on that one, bro. Like, there's nothing else you can do. I mean, an old school car like that, he probably had to manually lock it. And when you got to manually lock things and figure stuff out, yeah, you forget a lot. Trust me, you forget a lot. Like, I remember, like, used to have like manual windows in some people's cars, bro, and like I forget to roll that thing back up all the time, bro. You gotta go in the store and be like, oh snap, I forgot to roll up your window. My bad, bro. Like, get one of the little buttons and I'll remember, bro. But manual things make you forget stuff so often. But that right there, there's nothing even wrong that I think he did, other than like, yeah, you just gotta check your doors. Parents probably should have got him maybe a newer car so that he could have been safer, but it is what it is, and I'm glad he made it out of that situation alive. It did say true, so very glad he was able to make it out of that alive. Probably traumatic to see somebody kill themselves right next to you, but you're alive. And he was a bad person. So you can't even be like, it should have been me. Nah, sorry. It's your life or my life, and I choose my life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what the Kevin Hart thing said, bro? He said, you gotta get fucked up, or I gotta get fucked up, and I chose you. So, but I'm gonna get you guys in the next video, man. Let me know if you guys want me to check out more horror stories like this, and I definitely will. And I will get at you guys in the next video. All right, it's me, your boy Sean Too Smooth, aka Black Okage, Black Avatar, and King Leo. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm gone. Peace.